Ladies and gentlemen, today, we're diving into the fascinating and surprising world of British coinage, a realm where history meets mystery, and something as small as top most valuable one-penny coin can hide a story far bigger than its size. Specifically, we're going to uncover the captivating tale of the United Kingdom's 1971 new one-penny coin, a seemingly ordinary piece of copper-plated metal that might just be the unexpected treasure in your collection. Now, you might be asking yourself, how could a single penny from 1971 be worth anything? It's a fair question. But here's the truth. The 1971 new penny is not just any coin. It marks a moment of monumental change in the history of British currency. It was the very first year the UK introduced decimalisation, a complete transformation of its monetary system, and the 1p coin became one of the pioneer coins of this modernized era. Before decimalisation, the British currency system was based on pounds, shillings, and pence. It was complex and confusing to many. So, in 1971, a new system was launched where £1 was made up of 100 new pence. The new one-penny coin was born from this change, designed to reflect a fresh chapter in the country's financial story. That makes it more than just a coin. It's a piece of national evolution. The 1971 1p coin was struck in vast quantities, but here's what sets some of them apart. While millions were produced for circulation, not all of them were meant for public use. A select number of coins were minted for special purposes, such as presentation sets, ceremonial collections, or test pieces used for machine calibration during the early stages of decimalisation. These coins are rare, pristine, and highly collectible. What makes a coin valuable isn't always how old it is. It's how unique it is, how well preserved it is, and what kind of story it tells. And the 1971 one-penny coin checks all those boxes when it comes from the right context. If your coin is in uncirculated condition, or even better, part of a proof set, collectors will pay a premium for it. Some versions of the 1971 1p coin come with slight design anomalies, subtle differences in the lettering or spacing. There are coins without a mint mark or ones struck in brilliant, uncirculated sets that never saw the wear and tear of daily exchange. These versions are far rarer than the standard issues and are often sought after by dedicated numismatists. The coin itself features the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin on the obverse, a design that many remember fondly. The reverse shows the crowned portcullis with chains, an emblem often associated with British Parliament. This blend of regal elegance and national symbolism gives the coin an aesthetic appeal that collectors admire. Over the years, as the older coins continue to vanish from circulation, and as more people realize the importance of decimalisation history, the demand for these early decimal coins has surged. The 1971 1p coin, especially in top condition or from special mintings, can fetch handsome prices in collector markets around the world. So just how much could this humble penny be worth today? If you have a 1971 1p coin in pristine, uncirculated condition, or better yet, part of a proof or presentation set, it could sell for up to $5,000 or more, especially when demand peaks at auctions. Some extremely rare and well-preserved examples, depending on market timing and collector interest, have even gone beyond the $7,000, surprising even seasoned experts. Yes, you heard that right. A penny worth more than $7,000. Imagine stumbling across such a coin in an old drawer or inherited box of forgotten currency. It's like finding treasure in plain sight. Coins like this are not just about the metal they're made from, they're about legacy, history, and rarity. You see, coin collecting is a passion that thrives on stories like this. The thrill of discovery, the joy of holding a tangible piece of history in your hand, and the possibility that something ordinary could turn out to be extraordinary. That's the magic of numismatics. If you own a 1971 new penny, now is the time to take a closer look. Check its condition. See if it's uncirculated. Look out for the presentation box or plastic casing that might prove it was part of a special set. Examine the lettering, the edges, the shine. It could be your golden ticket. And for those of you who don't yet have this coin in your collection, consider this your call to action. Start looking through old collections, visit local coin shops, search online marketplaces, and keep your eyes open at flea markets or estate sales. These coins are out there, waiting to be rediscovered. Collectors around the world are always on the hunt for high-quality examples of historic coins, and the 1971 new one penny is climbing in both prestige and price. It's not just a coin, it's a gateway into the story of Britain's monetary transformation, and owning it connects you to a turning point in history. Ladies and gentlemen, don't underestimate the power of a penny. What seems small can carry immense value, not just in money, but in meaning. The 1971 1p coin is living proof of that. So go check your old tins, albums, or attic boxes, because your next great find might be waiting for you there. And who knows? You just might be holding a rare gem that collectors would love to get their hands on. Next up, the 1980 United Kingdom new 1 penny coin. At first glance, it might look ordinary. But under the surface lies a piece of British monetary evolution that continues to intrigue collectors and investors alike. The 1980 new 1 penny coin represents more than just a small piece of currency. It symbolizes a time of continued transition in the United Kingdom's decimal coinage system. Introduced just under a decade after decimalization in 1971, the 1980 version still bore the label New Penny, a title that wouldn't change until 1982. These coins carry with them the legacy of a modernizing Britain, bridging the gap between tradition and innovation. What makes the 1981 p coin particularly fascinating is that it came toward the end of the new penny era. By 1982, the inscription changed from New Penny to simply 1 penny, making coins like the 1980 version the last few to carry that original branding. That detail alone makes it significant in the eyes of historians and collectors. Struck in bronze, this coin features the familiar crowned portcullis design on the reverse, symbolizing the House of Commons and the strength of the British Parliament. On the obverse, we see Queen Elizabeth II's effigy, a royal portrait by Arnold Machin that defined an era of coinage. The balance of tradition and symbolism in its design has always captured the attention of those who collect coins not just for their value, but for the stories they tell. One particularly interesting fact is that the 1980 new penny coin does not include any mint mark. For collectors, the absence of a mint mark adds an element of authenticity and uniformity. It means these coins were struck at the Royal Mint's main facilities, and collectors often consider this detail when building a comprehensive set of British coins. As time passes, the demand for older decimal coins is steadily rising. The 1981 p coin, although minted in large quantities, is becoming more desirable, especially when found in exceptional condition. Coins that have remained untouched and uncirculated or proof sets hold much higher value than those that have passed through countless hands over the years. Now you might be wondering, can this coin truly be valuable? The answer is a resounding yes. While many coins from that period were made for everyday use, a select number were created for collectors' sets, sealed in protective cases, and never touched by circulation. These versions remain as sharp and brilliant today as the day they were struck, making them rare and valuable to serious numismatists. In the current market, a 1980 new penny in circulated condition may sell for a modest price, but when found in uncirculated or mint state, its value can rise significantly. Collectors are willing to pay up to $1,000 or even $2,000 for a perfect specimen from a proof or mint set. And as interest grows and more of these coins disappear from the public eye, values are only expected to increase. Looking to the future, experts believe that coins like the 1981 p have strong potential for appreciation. Their place in the final phase of the new penny era makes them historically important. And as more people begin to see these coins not just as currency, but as collectible artifacts, the competition to own high-grade examples will heat up. If preserved properly in airtight holders or presentation cases, these coins can become centerpieces of valuable collections. And while it may not carry a four-figure price tag today, it is well on its way to becoming a desirable collector's item. Some dealers even suggest that pristine versions may reach values of $5,000 to $5,500 in the future, especially as coin collecting continues to expand in popularity across the globe. This is not just speculation. We've already seen examples of coins from the late 1970s and early 1980s that, once considered common, fetch surprising sums when sold in pristine condition or within proof sets. The market is evolving, and savvy collectors are taking note. Every coin has a story, and every story has a time to shine. The 1980 new penny coin's time is just beginning. Its significance in the evolution of British coinage, combined with its rising rarity in uncirculated form, means it has everything it needs to become a future classic. You may have it in your home right now without even realizing its potential. Think about it. How many people keep old coins in drawers, jars, or forgotten boxes in the attic? One of those could be the very coin that becomes a prized collectible in a few years. That's the thrill of this hobby. That's the magic of numismatics. If you're holding a 1980 new penny in brilliant condition, take the next step. Get it examined by a professional or compare it with known uncirculated examples online. If it's part of a mint set, keep it protected and consider holding on to it as an investment. Because its value is not just in what it's worth today, but in where it's headed tomorrow. Next up, the remarkable 1995 United Kingdom 1 penny coin, an unassuming piece of history that is rapidly gaining attention in the world of numismatics. Though small in size, this coin carries a story that spans decades, reflecting not just British currency, but a culture, a monarch, and a moment in time. The 1995 1 penny coin belongs to a generation of coins that followed the initial wave of decimalization in the UK. After decimal currency was introduced in 1971, the coinage system settled into a rhythm, but each year brought subtle changes, evolving designs, and new minting techniques. The coin we're talking about today, minted in 1995 without any mint mark, is a classic representation of its era and has steadily grown in collectible interest. Its design speaks volumes. On the reverse, it features the unmistakable crowned portcullis, a timeless emblem of the British Parliament. This design, with its intricate chains and Gothic bars, symbolizes the strength and heritage of Britain's legislative power. On the obverse side, Queen Elizabeth II is depicted in the elegant Raphael Maklauf portrait, which graced UK coins from 1985 until the late 1990s. This portrayal captures the monarch with a regal gaze, wearing the George IV state diadem, and adds an air of royal significance to this humble coin. The absence of a mint mark means that the coin was struck at the Royal Mint in Llantrisant, South Wales, Britain's official minting institution. This is important, because unlike certain world coins that include location-specific mint marks, the UK 1p coin remains consistent, reinforcing its national identity and centralized production. But what makes the 1995 penny particularly valuable today is the rising interest from collectors who are now focusing on late 20th century coins. These coins mark a turning point in the monarchy and the beginning of the digital age. Coins from the 90s are now being re-evaluated, not just for their mintage numbers, but for their condition, design sharpness, and role in cultural memory. In pristine uncirculated condition, the 1995 1p coin can command values far beyond its face value. While a circulated piece might be passed over by the casual observer, collectors are on the lookout for mint-state examples, coins that have never been used, show no signs of wear, and possess their original luster. These high-grade examples can fetch up to $10,000 to $30,000 in the current market, and in the right setting, such as a coin fair or private collection sale, they've even been known to reach as high as $35,000. Demand for this coin is increasing. Online collector communities, numismatic forums, and auction platforms are seeing a growing number of people asking about the 1995 1p coin. The allure isn't just in its rarity, but in the nostalgia it evokes. This coin belongs to the final decade of the 20th century, a time of immense social and technological change in the UK. For many, it represents memories of youth, of an era where cash ruled the economy, and a queen ruled the hearts of her people. What's particularly exciting is the coin's potential future value. As coin collecting becomes more digital and global, coins like the 1995 1p are gaining more visibility and significance. The supply of well-preserved examples is shrinking every year, while interest in vintage UK coins is on the rise, not only among British collectors but also international buyers who admire the royal heritage and artistic design of UK coinage. Coins are like time machines, And this one takes us back to a chapter of history that, though recent, is fast becoming vintage. The year 1995 was a time of stability in the UK's political and economic landscape. That same stability is reflected in the coin's design, which has remained largely unchanged for decades, a testament to tradition, order, and national identity. The coin itself was struck using copper-plated steel, a shift from the earlier bronze composition that had defined earlier decades. This change in metal was subtle but significant, marking a cost-effective move by the Royal Mint, and it also introduced a slightly different tone and weight to the coin, making some versions from this era more sought after by collectors who prize the difference. You might be surprised to learn just how many collectors are chasing after this particular coin. Whether they are building full-date runs, seeking perfect mint condition specimens, or simply trying to connect with a part of their past, the 1995 1p has become a must-have. The demand is not slowing down, and each passing year only increases its appeal. This coin's value is not only in money but in meaning. Holding one is like holding a small chapter of British heritage. As the royal face on the obverse becomes a part of history, and as currency continues to shift toward digital forms, physical coins like these will only grow more desirable. There will come a time when finding a perfect 1995 1p coin will be nearly impossible, and that's when its true value will shine. Now is the time to take a closer look at your coin collection, dig through old jars, or revisit that forgotten folder of childhood keepsakes. You never know, your 1995 penny could be a future collector's dream. And if it's in flawless condition, it might just bring in more than you ever imagined. Coins are more than just money. They are art, history, and investment all wrapped into one. The 1995 United Kingdom 1 penny is a shining example of this truth. Don't let its small size fool you. It holds a legacy that is only growing stronger with time. So if you have this coin, cherish it. If you don't, start your hunt. Because those who recognize the value of these everyday treasures are the ones who will benefit most in the years to come. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a curious beginner, the 1995 penny is a worthy addition to any collection. And remember, in the world of coin collecting, what appears ordinary today may become extraordinary tomorrow. The key is to look closely, think long-term, and appreciate the story behind the shine. Your next valuable find might be just a penny away.